looking dapper.
Okay. Shh. Enjoy the cutscene, everyone. Also, the logo, which is pretty badass, let's be honest. And I'm back. There we go. Hope you enjoyed the cutscene there. Okay, I've got to say, the music in this game is just deliciously awesome. It's wonder lovely. Okay, so how's the volume at the moment? Everyone, things generally balanced? I mean, the intro music is really that in line with the in-game music, but is it alright right now? Or do I need to make any obvious tweaks before we even get into the main thing? Marussia, I use Slobs at the moment, which is just fun to say. It's Streamlabs OBS, which is Open Broadcast Software, I think. An acronym within an acronym within an acronym. It's crazy. But Slobs is my current streaming software of choice. Audio sounds good. Music was soft. I'm coming in loud and clear. Okay, well, we'll see how things go. Just let me know as we move forward and I'll tweak as necessary. But we are going to be, of course, starting a new campaign. This is on the release build of the game. So the couple of hours campaign that I had previously it was no longer safe compatible. So we're just going to be jumping into this fresh-faced and bushy-tailed and see how things go. Robin Word, can I get a happy birthday? You can. It's your birthday. I'm not gonna be a pedantic scallywag for you. Happy birthday. Okay, now we find out a little bit more.
I am Kamea of House Urano, High Lady of the Oregon Reach, Protector of Coromadir, and the Sword of Restoration. But I am not a hero, no matter what the stories say. A hero would have sacrificed more, compromised less. A hero would have done better. You know this, of course.
Really like the voice
You were
acting.
there. My father used to tell me stories about the ancient times, about the Star League, a golden age of prosperity, Upheld by the great MechWarriors of old, guardians of the innocent, protectors of the peace. I always dreamed of following in their footsteps. I was too young to see the truth of things. After all, it wasn't heroism or a noble cause that won me the throne. It was hiring a mercenary, skilled enough, perhaps ruthless enough, to carry the day. Hiring you. I still don't know if you fought for honor or for the thrill of it, for belief in my cause, or just in my money. But whether it was your noble heart or mercenary mind, your actions gave us hope. That makes you a hero in the eyes of history. Whether you believe it, that's up to you.
I do really quite like that intro. And I like any media which introduces you to the story with a very brief flashback. Or rather, the idea that the story that you're about to be witness to, whether it's in a book or a film or whatever, is in the past. And none of this... that the character that's speaking to you already knows the outcome. I don't know. I think that's a really, really cool what's the narrative tool. I quite like it. I quite like it. All right, the Oregon Reach is a small kingdom in the rimwood periphery, a region of space that lies at the outskirts of more densely colonized inner sphere. It is home to the Oregon Coalition, a federation organized around a parliamentary monarch and ruled by the Orano family. For 3 generations, under the rule of House Orano, the Oregon Coalition has remained a relatively peaceful corner of the periphery. It is here your story begins. Now, as per the previous stream, we had a good look through all of these, and I actually read them all aloud, but we're gonna skip that. What I will do is I will flick between each one briefly, long enough that if you want to familiarize yourself with the particular family or house, you can read it, pause the video if you're watching this after the fact, or you can quickly peek back in the VOD on Twitch. Many people in chat right now are familiar with the lore and will be able to fill you in on any details that you happen to miss in real time. But again, if you're watching this on YouTube, and this will be going up on YouTube, the whole playthrough, and I imagine we're going to be playing through it all fairly quickly, because when I stream for like 9 hours at a time, so 2 or so weeks is enough to complete more or less any game. This will all be in the first episode, so you won't have to wait long, even if you are watching this after the fact. I already know what I'm going to be picking, because I was fairly happy with the setup that we had in the pre-release stream, so we'll probably be going with that fairly quickly. So we'll speed through this, but I do want to make this information available to people who aren't familiar with the lore, because it is actually pretty good. The BattleTech universe is really lore-rich. I really can't overstate that enough. And for those who are going to ask, because I got a lot of these questions before, this is pre-clan. In the timeline, the whole clan stuff, I mean, I don't know if it may be built into it towards the end of the game, but in the timeline, we're fairly a bit before clans show up. But we're going to be going with the Deep Periphery. Mech warriors that hail from the Deep Periphery are rare. And but even rarer is the mech warrior who will admit to such an origin. Beyond the outermost edges of the periphery lie depths of space that remain uncharted and unknown to most of human civilization. Little is known about these regions, but they are far from uninhabited. The Deep Periphery is littered with abandoned colonies and small outposts, isolated from the rest of humanity. After the fall of the Star League, General Alexander Kernsky led the remnants of the Star League Defense Force into the Deep Periphery, disappearing from the inner sphere and from recorded history. Aavak, no, don't pick that one. Pick that one instead. I know, right? Hello, Blue Rose. And Night Sprite.
Looking dapper.
And yeah, Igoris, I would not at all be surprised if that were true. If that were true, rather. I believe the Deep Periphery background sees you as an ex-clanner with some hints. It does give me the impression that might be the case. But I haven't played even remotely far into the story. I've not even gotten out really of the tutorial area. MD72A just subscribed with a tier 2 sub for the 31 month in a row. My lord, thank you very much. Please put some love in chat. And Night Sprite just subscribed with a tier 1 sub. Thank you so much to both of you. Enjoy the new emotes and please make liberal use of them because Metaceline slaved for days in the emote mines. Many were lost. Many artists didn't make it back out. But I can always trust in Meta. When she's given a mission to go deep into the emote mines and return with only the choicest of emotes, I know it will happen. Come hell or high water. The emotes will make it back, even if Metaceline does not. Thankfully, that was not the case. She did make it back. She had to spend a couple of weeks in recovery, because the emote mines are pretty desperate places. Many starving artists down there. Pretty rough, actually. She's changed after her experiences, but I feel that it's building character. So she's back down there right now, actually. Mining for ferret emotes. Right, can we make emotes for you? Marushia, that is a fantastically kind offer. By all means, if you want to make emotes and throw them my way, I'm not sure when I'll have an opportunity to use them because they are limited by the amount of subs I have, but we're not that far away from the next emote being unlocked. Okay, so let's move forward with the Deep Periphery. You are of noble birth. Though immigrants to the Oregon Reach, your family soon established a comfortable presence in a small backwater system on the edge of the Oregon space. Of Oregon space. By the time you were born, your family had become the de facto ruling nobility of the system's only inhabited planet. You were the oldest child, heir to the family's titles and ancestral BattleMech, an old blackjack. This is where you met Raju Mastiff Montgomery, a veteran of the Succession Wars, whom your parents hired on for a season to train you as a mech warrior. Raju was a strict but capable teacher, and you quickly became a skilled pilot under his tutelage. It was an uneventful life. Until the day after your 16th birthday, when? Now, you could, if you wanted to, boil all of these down to just the stats. And from what I understand, the backgrounds don't actually add that much in terms of like unlocking secret parts of the game that you wouldn't get to if you didn't have that particular set of background options. Most of it is just fluff text that'll just give a little bit more character from what I've seen. But I don't know, there may be some things that are actually restricted or just things that are made easier or harder by certain backgrounds. But I like the fluff. I like the lore building up your character. And I will choose that over the stat in most cases. I quite like these sorts of systems where instead of just being told, yeah, use these points, decide what you want to rise, it's more at the point where you were able to develop skills. What did you do for this much time? How did this change you? You know, and it builds a character rather than a block of stats, and I like that about games like this. Even games like this one where it is much more about the combat. Let's be honest. You know, in the same way that XCOM is just a squad-based combat simulator with a geoscape to stitch the combat together, this is a mech combat simulator with a bit of story to stitch the combat together. But even in a game like this, where the role-playing is very limited, there's still nice to have that kind of idea of who your character is, because it can help you with your decisions. So I already kind of know where we're going to go. We weren't exiled. I'm not going to be a scallywag to my own family. Damn it. I'm not going to abandon my family, though, you know, that's not a wholly bad option. As an heir to a noble family, you grew up wanting for nothing, and as it turns out, you couldn't stand the life of pampered nobility. Finally, one night, you stole away with the family's ancestral blackjack and set off to find a new life to call your own. Now, the main thing I've got there is, I'm not going to play a character who would steal from his own family. I refuse. My family went bankrupt. Yeah, that kind of happens to the best of them. And that would be an interesting story in and of itself. My family died in an accident, quite tragic. But no, come on, we're going to go with the dramatic one. Your family was betrayed. Your family was betrayed and its seat of power destroyed. You defeated the betrayers, but you were the sole surviving member of your house. With nothing but your family's ancestral blackjack left to call your own, you set off to make a new life for yourself. We'll gain gunnery and guts for this choice. Oscar Tatev. I have streamed this in pre-release, so I've got about 2, 3... I think it may have just been 2... No, it might have been 3 combats to my name in terms of experience. So I'm reasonably comfortable with the controls. And I'm also familiar with the game, though I hadn't much opportunity to play the tabletops due to lack of friends who were also into BattleTech. But I knew the game. I was familiar with the game, so there's part of it I'll just get. And some things that I won't. There'll be gaps in my knowledge from not having played the game extensively as a tabletop. But I've also played other games that are set in the BattleTech universe, so I'm certainly not going into this blind. But I am open to tips. If anyone sees me about to do something horrifically bad, by all means, let me know. Gently, please. Remember, you're a dapperling, so present your critique in a dapper way. I know I'm gonna make some mistakes that are gonna make BattleTech veterans, bleed from the eyeballs. Just understand that I don't do it with any malice in my heart, okay? Though if you become a thorn in my side, I will actively go out of my way to cause your brain to just immolate itself by doing the most derpy things possible. And that, I'll blame on Dark Aavak. Dark Aavak has claimed many lives. Yours won't even be remembered in the tally, honestly. You'll just be a number. Right, so, a Regan Coalition soldier. Out on our own, you fell into the life of a frontier pirate, yar, maybe. Solaris gladiator, also maybe. An inner sphere mercenary, a frontier freelancer, or a merchant guard. I don't really fancy the life of a merchant guard. Seems a bit tame. Frontier freelancer seems nice and simple. You roamed the Rimwood periphery as a freelancer, signing on for whatever odd contract you could find as a mech warrior for hire. It was a solitary life. But as you became more comfortable with the itinerant lifestyle, you found you were able to make a decent living helping the people of the frontier. I mean, honestly, out on your own, you've lost your family, lost your noble standing, you've got a BattleMech. What would you do? Maybe this, just go from one odd job to another, rather than working for someone, being a wage slave. Just strike it out as a free spirit, a contractor, a mech for hire. Likewise, in this way, a mercenary, but you probably belong to a mercenary company. Eager to get away from it all, you joined up with a minor inner sphere mercenary unit. Integrating into the tight-knit crew took time, but you eventually proved your worth and became part of the family. Maybe we were just looking for a sense of belonging like we'd had back home, now that home had been stripped away. I could see this being the case, sure. I mean, yar, tempting. Har har. Tired of living under the authority of others, you fell in with a local pirate gang in the Rimwood periphery. It was an unruly crew, but an effective one. Roaming the periphery afforded your outfit with a steady supply of poorly defended merchant caravans and supply depots to prey upon. While raids did occasionally devolve into combat, you quickly learned that successful piracy is mostly about being in the right place at the right time, with the right threats and a good show of force. It's tempting. Or were we more of a gladiator? Did we just decide that the thrill of a crowd cheering your name was where we wanted to be? Took your skills as a mech warrior to the famed arena planet of Solaris. 7, there you eked out a living as a gladiator fighting for the crowd in minor arenas, getting by paycheck to paycheck. I don't know. Gladiator, inner sphere mercenary, frontier freelancer. I don't think we'd have gone with the soldiers. I don't know. I don't think so. So it's one of these 3 for me. What does chat think? Gladiator? Mercenary? Or just free spirit? drifting wherever the tides of fate decide to wash us. Hello, Hickson. Yeah, exactly, Leafin. My family was betrayed. I'll show them by stealing from the innocent. It's like, I'm not sure that's going to work out. Maybe if I'd run off or been exiled, you know, because in both scenarios, more or less, you steal the BattleMech, so you're kind of already on that path anyway. Got a couple for Spree Ferret. Zangiri, Spree Ferret? Dyslexia, I hate you. Free spirit that does fit you, Aavak. Okay. Freelancer searching for the ones really behind your family's betrayal. Ooh, I like it, TGU Watcher. So, yeah, maybe I dealt with the thugs who actually betrayed my family, or the ones responsible for their deaths at the very least. But maybe I always suspected there was a mastermind behind it all. Yeah, okay. Frontier Freelancer it is. +1 to tactics. Until years later, you cross paths with Raju Mastiff Montgomery once again. While running a routine patrol for a local government on the outskirts of the Oregon Reach, you were set upon by pirates and left for dead. Raju happened to be visiting the capital city and picked up your distress call. Upon rescuing you, he offered you a job in the House Orano Royal Guard. So it is that you find yourself reunited with your old mentor, preparing your ancestral blackjack for guard duty on the coronation day of Lady Kamea Arano. I can imagine there was a feeling of nostalgia about Mastiff. You know, meeting Mastiff again just kind of cast my mind back to simpler times when I had a family and they hadn't been betrayed and I was a nobleman, and whilst perhaps the duties of noble life and the expected inheritance of my family's position when the time came were laid out before me and restricted my life choices, maybe I yearned for that, if only to see the smile of my parents one last time. Okay, we're going to go with that one. Womp. Right. No, we will go with he, I think. And yeah, we'll customize that face too. Right, so first name, Mostin. Second name, Yorick. And call sign, Aavak. There we are. I think that'll be nice and easy. And we'll also jump into customize. We want something a bit darker, don't we? Makeup, super dark. Let's see. No, I don't want wings on my eyeliner. That is like guy liner turned up to like max. No. Want something to yeah, that's good enough. I like that one. As for the tattoo, we're a freelancer. If I was in the mercenary unit, I think I would definitely have had a tattoo. But maybe something more of a family mark, perhaps. I like that. No, I'm not going to have a biohazard sign on my head. Come on. No, okay, we're going to go back with more of the markings. That one's not bad, actually. Just a little mark. I think that's a little bit less obnoxious. I mean, that's full on. Whereas this is something that you might think, yeah, you're a member of the ruling house. You've got the mark. Kind of like the Russian mafia. Right. Oh, it was pulled away for a bit. Which career did Aavak pick? Don't worry, we'll be seeing a summary in just a moment. Aavak, have you thought on a mech lance composition strategy to aim for? I'm a fan of indirect fire, I must confess. Indirect fire and melee. So, big hulking great mechs, far at the back, just loaded down with ridiculous amounts of missiles. And then lighter mechs that try to run up and punch things a lot. And whilst they're doing that, spotting for the distant mechs is generally how I like to go. Kill them before they can see you. But I don't know. It'll all depend on what kind of salvage I can get, what kind of guns I can buy, that sort of thing. We'll see how that goes. Thank you very much, Night Sprite, for the cheer there. Thank you so much. Leaving. I mean, you're not that toxic of a player to have the biohazard tattoo, Aavak. Or at least I think. You barely play competitive games. I'm not toxic at all. That's why I barely play competitive games. It's fine. It seems that you need a certain amount of bravado to make it in competitive games. There's a couple of scars. Have we picked up any scars in our journeys? I wonder. Do they all have to be across my family's tattoo? An eye scar, I guess. Let's rotate it around a little bit. I wish I could get a better angle. Yeah, I prefer that angle, honestly. I don't know. That being said, we're in a mech. The odds of us getting a scar is somewhat lessened by virtue of us fighting in a in a several-ton hulking behemoth battle tank. Still, we were pretty badly beat up in the backstory, so I guess we probably do have one or two. Sure, we'll have a couple across our cheek. As for the hairstyle, I guess I don't mind that hairstyle so much. I actually kind of like it. But let's have a look for others. I wish I redo it. It looks like they've got such nice options for setting up character customization, then you can't see any of them. Like, you can't properly rotate your character. It's a bit frustrating. We'll go with eyebrows like that. Facial hair. No, that mutton chops thing. Nah, I don't. Sorry, not mutton chops. What's it called when handlebar mustache something? No, that's when it's like that. I don't know what this one is when it's just. I don't know. In my head, it's like a Texan mustache, which I know it probably isn't. But I don't know. I associate that more with like cowboys than anything else. This mustache. Let me find it. And then someone in chat can tell me what is that style of facial hair. I have no idea. No, that can't be a Fu Manchu. Really? I mean, I guess. It looks a little bit thick for a Fu Manchu. I always thought of a Fu Manchu as being a bit more wispy and longer. But maybe. Maybe you might be right. You might be right. Fu Manchu def. Okay. There we are then. It's a Fu Manchu. Very well. But no, we'll either go full beard or no beard, I think. Because that one, I mean, yeah, I guess, you know. But it's not long enough in my opinion. No, we'll go with that one. As for expression, no, I'm not going to look sad. Sly, maybe. Maybe sly. I don't know. That one seems intrigued. Complexion. Let's have a look. I will go with that one, I think. As for skin's fine. We'll change the lighting around a little bit, though. Some blue lighting. Clothing. Yeah, I kind of like the black and red there. Hair roots, blah, 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 blah. Hair tips. That is really playing off the lighting a bit, isn't it? Actually, that would not be bad for hair roots, I think. It seems like there's so little difference with this, but... Well, I guess we'll go with that one. Blue eyes. There we go. And I think we're good. Okay. Save. And with that, here we go. So we've got Gunnery 3, Piloting 2, Tactics 3, Guts 3. Your character background. Decades ago, your family came to the Oregon Reach from the deep periphery. The day after your 16th birthday, your family was betrayed and murdered. And out on your own, you fell into the life of a frontier freelancer. And that's where our story begins. It's called the Horseshoe Mustache. Thank you very much, Isdar. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Cheers. paying attention. Stuff's important. If you weren't paying attention, the TLDR of that was Lady Kamea's uncle wants to turn the Oregon Breach into more or less a directorate, more of a dictatorship. Not really a dictatorship, but definitely more kind of authoritarian than it is right now. She resists. He gets very angry. It is now her coronation day. Mastiff has got a bad feeling. In a nutshell. The TLDR of that was, indeed. TLDR. 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 Good morning, Vashi. And thank you to everyone who has cheered. I know I've been a little bit behind on thanking for the cheers there. I do apologize about that. I think I've caught all of the subscriptions, though. Thank you to those who've subscribed as well. Double thanks, in fact. But a blanket thank you for all of the cheers. I will try and be a little bit more on the ball with that. As we move beyond the character creation, I should have a little bit more time to stop and think, because this is a turn-based game, after all. Right, can move around with the camera and stuff. Whoop, 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 whoop. Use the mouse button to rotate the camera. Or, you know, whatever. Okay, Aavak. I had the Espinosa refit yards rush the repairs on your blackjack. Looks like it's all in one piece, but we should run some diagnostics on it, just to be sure. Standard field tests, you know the drill. More importantly, though, I want to tell you more about the job I brought you out here to do. Now do me a favor and get our BattleMech moving. Let's see that there aren't any kinks in the actuators. There we go.
I'll come right out and say it, kid. I wasn't completely honest with you the other day. There's gonna be more to this job than escort duty.
I brought you here because there's something wrong in the capital. And it's been too quiet since High Lord Tamati's funeral. And I'm worried about Lady Kamea's safety during her coronation procession. Anyway, looks like your actuators check out. Let's conduct a weapons test. Target one of those burnt-out old urban mechs and open fire.
Like I was saying, I can't prove anything. But my gut tells me something's off. And a warrior trusts their instincts.
Indeed they do. Alright. Bomb, bomb, bomb. We've got the same chances to hit either one. Oh, dear. What just happened? Sorry. Nothing you need to worry about. The slobs just kind of went very weird for a second. Let me just do a thing. It's a bad gateway, apparently. Okay. Can everyone still see the stream all right? I hate to break the flow of things, but need to ask first. Is everything okay, more or less? Yes, things are okay. Good, good, good. Also, someone did just mention that they may be having a little bit of trouble hearing the audio. I could increase the master volume, but the music would be a little bit too high then, so let me drop the music down a bit. I'll drop sound effects a little bit as well. just in case, that should be alright. Let me know if that helps out a little bit. There we go. I should put my camera above the weapons. Can I even get it that close? I'm not sure. I think it messes with your camera once it decides to fire, but camera controls are a little bit clunky, but we'll try. There we are. It's not going to stay here, but for this shot, sure. Seems fine. I've lost stereo, Aavak. I'm a little bit out of sync for you, but that could be your net. Apart from the cup being half empty, everything is fine. Leaving, you're fantastic. As subtle as a supernova, but fantastic. Okay. As long as you guys can hear me loud and clear and the game isn't too quiet, then we're good. Right. We'll go ahead and we'll fire on you. All things.
All weapons committed.
Utterly overkill, but, you know.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Good shot. Your guns are in working order, at least. I've been training Lady Arano since she was 14 years old. She can be naive at times and proud, but I have no doubt that she'll be a just and effective ruler. It's on us to see her safely to Cordia City. I'll rest easier once she's in the capital, with her cousin Victoria by her side. Oh, thank you very much, Omega, and Atomic Ant, and Spanorama. Now, I'm going to have to say sorry about this one. I think the cup has gone away. Because Slobs, there seems to be an issue with Slobs right now. Contacting everything about the, like, getting all the information about she is and that sort of thing. That's what the bad gateway I was mentioning was. So, we might just have to go on without the bit cup. I'm sorry to say. At least everything else is fine now. Oh no. Maybe it's back. Maybe. We shall see. It may have just come back. It's because I didn't have my tea. Well, that's true. I did just finish a cup of coffee. It is true. Streamlabs OBS. Dapper Rip. Indeed. Indeed. Let me just double check something. Womp womp. Turn off the cup. Turn on the cup. Maybe. Maybe the cup will come back. Maybe it won't. If it doesn't, I'll try again in a little bit. Because I know how much you love the cup. Right. I need my tea. I do. A stream without the cup? No! I know. See, Stonewolf is getting into a panic. Lady Victoria. Well, she's only been training under me for a single season, but she's already shaped herself into one of the strongest mech warriors I've ever seen. Reminds me a lot of you, truth be told. That's nice of you to say. Anyway, we should run a check on your targeting computer. You see that drone over there? The one moving through the tree line? Put some hurt on it for me, and then when it turns, take it out with a rear-angled shot. After it's down, we'll keep moving.
Kamea's like a daughter to me, and her late father, High Lord Tamati, was a good friend.
Fire the everything! I love how it's even called target dummy. That's brilliant.
Victoria pulls no punches, but
Thank you,
she's been a
Striker.
loyal companion to Kamea since they were kids. Aside from you, there's no one I'd rather have by my side in a fight.
It's very nice of him to say. But thank you so much for the cheers, everyone. I really, really appreciate it. Hopefully the cup is behaving now. And take care, Striker. Have a good night, mate. And fire.
All weapons committed.
Now, the reason
Enemy unit destroyed.
why we were told to do that is because the tank's armor is weaker on the rear than on the front. Nice shot. Now, I don't know how familiar you are with the Oregon politics, but the Reach was badly shaken by High Lord Tamati's death. It needs a smoother transfer of power, and Kamea belongs on the Cormorant throne. Go ahead and fire up your jump jets, kid. I want to see you descend this cliff face. Aim for that patch of ground there, near the edge of the lake. Okay.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. Jump jets build a lot of heat, and that was more than your engine could handle. Head on into that water. We need to get you cooled off.
Right, yep. Warning, plasma leak detected. Jump jet malfunction. Jump jet systems damaged. System inoperable until repaired. Oh, for the love of... This is what I get for insisting on a rush job. Not that I had much of a choice. The Espinosa refit yards were backlogged like you wouldn't believe. It looked like they were trying to process every single Royal Guard mech in time for the coronation. There isn't any time to get your jump jets replaced, so we're going to have to make do without them. Go ahead and take that mech down with the melee attack. I want to be sure nothing else is going to break down on your blackjack before we take it out to the Cormorant Road. Okay. And attack. Lacking hands. It'll either be a headbutt or a kick. Kick is a little bit less awesome than a headbutt, but I get. Good hit. At least that's solid. Alright, one last test. I want you to take your blackjack up to the sprint and evade my attack.
Push that engine, kid. If something goes wrong today, I want to know that your mech can maneuver.
Very well.
Full throttle.
Congratulations, Aavak. Your blackjack's as combat ready as it can be, given the circumstances. For what it's worth, I hope that my suspicion turns out to be unfounded, and we end the day having a good laugh about what a paranoid old man I've become. But if not, then I know that you'll be ready. Thank you so much. Seems I have been rewarded. Actually, before I do that, gotta remember I've got a retainer in. Don't mind me. Haven't, being a dragon in human skin, I have to, frequently have my teeth filed down so that I fit in amongst you. So good. Okay, that's going to keep me going for a couple of hours. There's enough sugar in there to sink a battleship. Okay. Yeah, that's goodbye, Dark Aavak. There's no possible chance that I'm going to be evil now in this stream. Alright, so let's continue. Alright, it's time to move out. Lady Orano is waiting for us at the mech bay.
An impressive display, Sir Raju. Of course, this mech warrior was a student of yours. I'd expect them to know their way around a cockpit.
That is never not going to make me laugh. Thank you so much for the cheers, Stonewolf, and Vashi, and Bone Dragon. Thank you. Right, okay. Looks like we need to start heading out. No, sprint, please.
Full throttle.
Caffeinated milkshake! It's a trap! That would be particularly dire. Aavak, allow me to introduce Kamea Arano, the soon-to-be High Lady of the Oregon Coalition. Is Lady Victoria on this channel? For the time being, my father has summoned me to Picton Docks. I have a fleet inspection and a tour of the family refit yards to preside over before the coronation. Behold the responsibilities of a noble daughter, a font of tedium that never runs dry. I know the feeling, cousin. But it's time tomorrow I'll be responsible for the entire reach. Give my best to your father, and don't be late for the tourney. The gambling dens are already taking bets on how long it'll take me to cripple that customized monstrosity you pilot. Bold words, cousin. But the only victory they'll be celebrating is mine. You may be ascending to the throne today, but my Karga is more than a match for the family heirloom that you call a BattleMech. And in the arena, I reign supreme. We'll see, cousin. We'll see. At any rate, I'll see you at the tourney grounds. Sir Raju, I'm ready to go when you are. overland along the Cormorant Road, as is the Urano's tradition. Aye, come here. We'll get you there in one piece. Aavak, fall in behind me. And remember what I told you.
Mission successful.
You haven't missed much, Martin. Just tutorial and character creation, really. Leafin, stop trying to lead chat to betray Urano. You're a scallywag of the highest order. A scoundrel. Nay, a rascal. That's how bad it gets.
I remember the Oregon Reach of old, the time of the Great Expansion. I was just a boy then. Proudly we went forth, bringing the light of our coalition to so many systems. And for what? To see our great kingdom slowly waste away? Year after year, the Council deliberates while our economy falters. And the wolves bay at every door, while covetous neighbors plot against us. Well, I say, it can go no further. We are here today because if Lady Urano will not act, someone must. I know what I'm asking of you. You will face former comrades, or even loved ones, on the battlefield. I take up arms against my own niece. But remember, today we sacrifice so that tomorrow we can return our kingdom to its proper glory, to its proper strength. So should you fall tonight, know that you did so as true heroes of the Reach. To your stations, for the Directorate!
And if you're wondering why I was grinning through that rather dire cutscene, it's because Leafin is in chat trying to convince everyone we need to betray Lady Urano. And Dragon Elf just responded, Leafin, your attempts are in vain. Aavak has milkshake, so scallywaggery is completely off the table. It amused me. Making death from above attacks will damage your mech's legs and make it more unstable. Use the ability carefully. This is like Code Geass in terms of politics. Yeah, actually it is. Code Geass, pretty good anime. Well played. Milkshake, +2 resistance to force persuasion. Yeah, more or less. Dog is happy. That's pretty good way of looking at it. This is Games of Thrones in giant mechs. Oh, I don't think it's quite Games of Thrones. Game of Thrones, rather. Okay.
Command interface initiated.
I'm going to miss this, Roger. The clarity of purpose that I feel in the cockpit of a BattleMech. The simplicity of it. But there they are, just up ahead. The city gates, and my future, all laid out before me. Wait, what's that smoke? A guard post. One of the small ones that dot the roads a lot leading to the capital. But the emergency band's been quiet all morning. I haven't heard anything about any fire.
This is damned odd, and I don't like it. Kid, keep your head on a swivel and be ready for anything.
Indeed. I have
Confirmed.
Lady Urano in the tree line on that side. And the rest of us in the tree line on every side. Because cover is always good. There is never a time when cover is bad.
I'm moving.
Good, good.
Acknowledged.
Some sort of explosion. Looks recent too. Do you think it was an accident? No chance. You see those scorch marks on the rubble? That's laser fire. We need to get out of here, Khmer, right now. Yes, I think you're right. There's a patrol of Royal Guard mechs up ahead. We should go to them.
Whatever's happening here, I won't let it derail your coronation. Your people need you.
Thank you, Raju. I will prove myself worthy of the faith you've placed in me.
Of that, I have no doubt.
Okay, let's stick to the tree line on our advance. These little chevrons along the side show basically the further you move in a turn, the more evasive you become. Because of the way that time is treated, in a turn-based game, it's not a case that we get to move and then they get to respond. In terms of like abstracting the way that a turn-based game would fit into like real life, like to the characters, everything is going on at once. So when we move really far on our turn, on the following turns until we get to move that again, the effects of us moving very far are in play. And so we're considered a moving target for that entire time. Even though people will be shooting at us at our destination, you can sort of think of it that they're shooting at us whilst we're on the way there. Or at least that's the best way I can think of to explain it.
Copy that.
Can I go up there at all? No, I cannot. Well, that is just a ship. Cake Puddle. Weird Alchemist, why have you gifted 440 USDs worth of subs? Alchemist's response is amazing. Why is a weird question. Why not? I mean, can't argue with that logic. Right.
Roger that.
Let's get down here.
I'll do what you ask.
Quickly as possible, please. Ah, no. Hail, Mastiff. Hail, Lady Arano. We were preparing for Lady Arano's coronation parade when we got word of a disturbance along the Cormorant Road. A guard post behind us was attacked. Sir Raju found evidence of laser fire. Is the road behind you clear? Aye, all the way through the southern gate. Lead the way, Sir Raju. We'll fall in behind you and guard your six. Tell me something, guardsman. If the road is clear, why is your BattleMech damaged? Our mechs are overdue for maintenance, but that isn't important right now. We need to worry about Lady Arano's safety. Now, my lady, if you'll come with us... No, you're lying to us. It's my coronation day. No MechTech would have sent you out here for parade duty in that condition. I am your sovereign, sir. You will tell me what happened here. Damn it, girl. We don't have time for this. Take them. Kill the old man and the MechWarrior, but take Lady Arano alive.
Fall back, Khmer.
Well,
get behind us.
sod that, Khmer's a good warrior.
You train me to fight.
Safeties disengaged.
Hooray. Okay then, Mastiff. Let's have a look at you, shall we?
I've got your back.
It's really not got much in the way of any kind of cover. If I went from this side, would I get a better attack? Yeah, kind of. I do 70 damage in one go, which is enough to destroy anything I hit. Pretty much. Yeah, there's nothing... If I connect, there is nothing that I connect to that doesn't go down with 70 damage, so sure.
Aye, aye.
Left leg destroyed, mech knocked down. I'm not sure if we can pull off cold shots in the tutorial or not, but we'll see. Oh my lord.
Lucky bastard. That was a solid hit.
Damn it. And no, with Alchemist, I promise you, I haven't turned notifications off because it got annoying. There have just been shenanigans with slobs today, and as a result, that hasn't been going through. But let me just have a quick look back here. So we've got a couple of bits to thank, as well as, once again, many gifts from Weird Alchemist. Bone Dragon, thank you for the cheers. Stonewolf and Alice, thank you all for the cheers. And Weird Alchemist for the 4 gifted subs to Baleroth, Hickson, Cake Portal, and Hanenetu. And finally, thank you to Abstract Chaos for their subscription as well. Thank you so much. Yeah, unfortunately, Slobs is just having a bit of a rough day, really. Having a bit of a rough day. Bless its little cotton socks. And I'm not sure how I can get that to work. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be a way for me to turn it on or not. We're just gonna have to live with that one. Sorry. Hopefully, it's not too disheartening. I thank you all. I will take periods, because it's a turn-based game, to look over, and I'll probably, rather than calling out my thanks when something happens, there'll just be a period where I'll just say thanks to like however many persons the last time, in bursts. Hopefully that won't be too bad. Eradicating trees and butchering names. This is the Aavak we love. Butchering names? Oh yeah, of course. Shush. Leafin is such a scallywag. Silverwind, Weird Alchemist, what kind of gifts are you giving? To which Weird Alchemist responds, this kind. And gifts a sub. 91 gifted subs. My lord. Right. Oh no, we can go for attacks. I'm just going to unload on this mech's right leg if I can. And not actually do very much.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
That's a shame. I would like to take it out of the fight if I can.
Reading loud and clear.
Yeah, I can't get in there to attack, so let's just get down here into the tree line.
On it.
Thank you again, Weird Alchemist. You are a scholar and a gentleman, sir. New gift to the... to the divine ass. Not ass, ass. I assume they're American. Somehow it feels easier to say divine ass than divine ass. I'm not sure why. You have a comical name. Right. I'm probably going to kill them with this. I don't really want to, though. Can I multi-target? I can. Fantastic. Let's go for you. And I would like... Can I multi-target? No, I can't. That's a shame. I guess I can't do that if I'm... I'm just going to use my laser. There's no reason to use anything else. Did we at least win? Come on. Pick it up. Trap! Scallywags!
You've got my attention.
Good. Now, I'd like... Let's have a look. This one's got enough health to pretty much resist anything we do. Except the arm. We might be able to take the arm out. Go ahead. That did not sound like you actually connected there, my lord. You can take it as canon that this is how I'm actually sitting in the cockpit of my BattleMech, by the way.
My armor.
With a milkshake, just, you know, waiting for my chance to shoot something. Well, if I unload on you, you're probably going to die, but we'll give it a shot.
Engaging target.
Nice job, kid. One fewer hostile on the board.
I would prefer to have just taken out the leg, just because it's good practice to disable a mech rather than destroy it completely.
Damage minimal.
Standing by.
Can't quite get in the right position there. So it might be better to just full on attack. I need to turn though. Yeah. Sure, unload everything but the long range missile.
Locked in on the target.
Wow. That was actually pretty good.
Reporting a critical strike.
Indeed. Well, let's have a quick look at this, Mastiff.
Talk to me.
You can almost certainly just destroy this. Just go ahead for a melee,
Affirmative.
rather than use up any ammo.
To hell.
Stomp on the head. That's the left torso, but okay, that works too. Alright. Just go for the leg. Just try. Try to only take out the leg. Actually, not bad. It looked like you'd actually managed to do it, but apparently not. That's a bit of a shame.
You have my attention.
Good. Indeed, Aavak, enjoying milkshakes on the battlefield. That's right. It's the only way to properly engage in mech combat.
I'll do what you ask.
Good hit.
What do you mean good hit? Of course there's going to be a good hit. It's lying on the ground.
Battle